Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel. If you're listening to this episode, it means real life situations got in the way. It will normally mean my internet hasn't been working for a while, or Rich maybe has COVID again. He might not have COVID again. But we have these backup episodes now to fill a space where we can't get round to recording a fresh episode. We were meant to record something, and this is what we're going to give you. It is a episode from our Another Slice subscription service. It is our second box set in Boxset Mentality, and it is the From Dusk Till Dawn box set. If you want to listen to episodes 2 and 3 of this box set, go and find them on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel. I think that's all I've got to tell you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with us. We will hopefully have a brand new episode next Friday. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy an episode of Boxset Mentality, where we talk about From Dusk Till Dawn.
You think if I want you mean old bastard, I want a fucking room.
You'll do it best. Better get a hell of a lot fucking better, or you are going to feel a hell of a lot fucking worse. Everybody be cool. You be cool.
Hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Boxset Mentality.
On Another Slice. Welcome, Another Slicers. I think that's what I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
Another Slicers.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Another Slicers.
Like a little fun name for them.
Yeah. Or just Slicers for short. That sounds a bit horror movie.
It does, doesn't it? Get in contact. Tell us what you prefer, or if you can think of a better name, well, I can call you lovely lot. Welcome to the Boxset Mentality Part 2.
Well,
call
yeah,
it Season 2, Boxset 2.
Boxset 2.
We finished the Planet of the Apes box set, and we had a great time. We had a great time watching along with you guys.
You were pleasantly surprised, weren't you, mate?
You know what? I don't know why they all get such a bad rap, the Planet of the Apes. And I've told a lot of people now, like, you should really revisit that, because it's a lot of fun to be had there, especially even the latter ones, which are not great movies, but there is stuff to be held in on all of them.
I would rather go and watch those ape movies than I would some of the dross that comes out of in, like, superhero-y stuff. Like, I'd rather watch all those ape movies than Morbius again.
Yes, me too. So this comes to the second box set, and we did have a discussion, me and Rich.
We did,
and we nearly landed on the Twilight series.
We did.
Rich was really pushing for that, weirdly.
No, I wasn't.
Rich's wife.
My wife was pushing for us to do it. Yeah, absolutely.
I rewatched these in the pandemic years, and I'm not quite ready to return there yet.
Right.
So we will get round to it.
I've never seen them. I've only seen the first one and none of the rest. So
it'd be horrific. And I think it'd be funny to hear your thoughts on them. So I think that might be next.
Okay.
But for now, we are going to do the rather surprising From Dusk Till Dawn franchise box set.
Who knew that this was any kind of franchisey type thing? I thought this was one movie. I didn't even realise there was a sequel, let alone 2.
There's 3 of them. So there's From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And then there's from 1996. And then there's From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money from 1999. And there's also From Dusk Till Dawn 3, The Hangman's Daughter, also from 1999.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
The third one, it seems to be a prequel.
Okay.
I've never watched them, and I'm excited to delve into them, because this one's, well, spoilers. I think this is a great film, the first one. And we have lots of memories from it. Before we get into it, let's listen to From Dusk Till Dawn trailer. Enjoy.
Everybody be cool. You be cool. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Low profile. You understand the meaning of the words low profile?
Sure. 2 of America's most dangerous criminals have taken hostages.
What is this?
It's called a punch. I'm going to ask you one question, and all I want is a yes or no answer. Do you want to live through this?
Yes.
Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
One night is all that stands between them and freedom.
This is my kind of place.
But it's going to be one hell of a night. We might be in trouble. There are a bunch of fucking vampires out there trying to get in here and suck our fucking blood.
Now, their only chance is to fight back.
Oh, yeah!
Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino, Juliette Lewis.
Welcome to slavery.
No thanks. I already had a wife.
From dusk till dawn.
I can now tell you I've seen that trailer. I've watched it. And my big worry for it was, does it give away the massive twist, genre change? The answer to that is yes. Yes, it does.
I don't think anyone watched the trailer for this movie, though, did they?
I don't think many people watched the movie when it came out in the cinema.
They really didn't. No, it did not do well at the cinema, did it?
It is a cult classic. Rich, what's your history here with From Dusk Till Dawn?
So I didn't watch it at the cinema, which was weird because I basically watched everything I think that came out in 96. How old were you at this point? 96? I was 15 in 96. So
what a year 96 was.
That's a good age. Yeah. 96 was a great year. Yeah. So around kind of the 95, 96, 97 time was my prime skiving off of school, going to the movies kind of time. So I watched a lot of stuff, but I didn't see this. And I saw it a couple of years later. It was definitely still in the 90s. And it was probably on video. It wouldn't have been on DVD at that point, I don't think.
I don't think DVDs. When did DVDs come out?
Oh, yeah, DVDs were out by then, I think, but they were still very expensive.
But they were like 25 quid, 30 quid for.
Yeah.
I remember my first DVD, Enemy of the State with Will Smith. I watched it around my friend's house on his massive PC because he had a DVD drive on his PC, and it was a big deal. And Lethal Weapon 4. They're the two first ones I remember, but carry on.
So the first DVDs came out in like sort of 97 in the UK.
Oh, really?
Apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it would have been on VHS. I wouldn't have been an early adopter at that point because they would have been very expensive and I was a teenager and I wouldn't have had the money.
Players in themselves were astronomical.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Crazy silly money, but
like thousands of pounds to get one.
Crazy when you think about it, yeah.
Very silly. So yeah, I definitely remember watching it at home. So it would have been rented from like the local video shop.
Or in your case, the video van?
No, didn't have the video van by then.
Oh,
that had finished by kind of early 90s. So yeah, not the video van. Would have been the Blockbuster in the estate next to mine where I lived.
Ooh, a Blockbuster.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I would have got it from. And I probably would have got it because it's got a very sexy Salma Hayek on the back of the cover. So that's probably my reason as a 15-year-old boy. Well, probably 17-year-old boy, I'd say, by the time I got around to watching it, for renting this movie.
Did you rent it because of her?
Probably.
You weren't a Tarantino fan or a Robert Rodriguez fan? Or
not.
A George... What was George Clooney? Was he still in ER in 96?
I think he probably was. Yeah, I've never watched ER, so I wasn't a massive Clooney fan. I had seen Pulp Fiction by this point, definitely, because I watched that far too young, and I had seen Reservoir Dogs by this point too.
Wow. Okay.
So I would have been aware of Tarantino, but I don't think he was the main draw. I wasn't very aware of Robert Rodriguez at this point. I hadn't seen Desperado or anything like that.
No.
So I probably wasn't totally drawn into it by that. It would have. I'm 90% sure it would have been the Salma Hayek factor, to be honest, because I've been in love with Salma Hayek as long as I can remember. So I think that's probably where it's come from.
I agree with you. I fell in love with her in this film. Actually, I'll tell you how how I watched it, and then we'll talk about the twist. So. Very similar. Again, I'm a little bit younger than you, so definitely didn't see it in the cinema.
Don't rub it in, mate.
It is an 18.
Jesus.
Yeah. 96. I don't think I watched it until maybe 99, 2000.
Okay.
And I have a really clear memory of loads of sweaty young men. That sounds quite rude. In my friend Luke's front room. He had this small area we used to hang out. His parents used to be in the lounge. It was like in the kitchen, but they had these little sofas and one of those little TVs. And he must have had it. He must have had the VHS of it. And none of us knew what it was. And I remember watching us really enjoying it. Like, swearing, violence, Simon Hayek, great. And then there's that big genre twist or change in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And it blew my little mind.
Yes.
Absolutely my little mind. Because I had no idea what this film was about. I remember looking at the front cover a bit, not really taking much interest. It doesn't give away vampires too much from the front cover I looked at. I think it was George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino back to back with Harvey Keitel, who, from the trailer you'll listen to, who gets top billing, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's above George Clooney.
Interesting.
Well, he would have been the big star.
He would have been the big
right?
star, yeah, he would have been, because Clooney would still have been on telly. He'd have still been a telly star, wouldn't he?
In the trailer it goes, if I remember rightly, it goes Keitel, Clooney, Tarantino, and then Juliette Lewis.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
that makes sense. Because
It does.
I don't know how...
that point.
Juliette Lewis had been in...
She's done Natural Born Killers.
Yeah,
by this
Natural Born
point.
Killers before this, hadn't she? And Cape Fear
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah. And obviously one of the Christmas Vacation was before this as well.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation was before this. I can't think. She must have been in lots of other stuff as well, because she's a proper child actor, wasn't she?
She was, yeah. And then it suddenly switched from this gangster heist movie, which is really really cool, and it feels like a Tarantino. Watching it now, it feels like a Tarantino film in the first half, and then he's like just handed it off to Robert Rodriguez.
He's like, "Here you go, mate. You do the
and
vampire
then Robert
bit."
Rodriguez, yeah. I would love to know. I'd love to know. Oh, actually, I would have known, because it's the story is by Robert Kurtzman.
Yeah.
And Robert Kurtzman is famous for early days helping out with the visual effects in Evil Dead 2. He's got this incredible career. He wrote the story. He handed the story to Quentin Tarantino, and then Tarantino handed it pretty much to Robert Rodriguez to direct. What a team that is, of those three minds put together. I'd love to know who came up with the vampire twist. It must be Kurtzman, right? If he's like, I've got this idea.
I guess so. Yeah, it must have been, surely. And also,
We're going to make your film, and then you're going to make your film.
and
Ciao.
so Robert Kurtzman. So there's a TV show for this as well.
Yes, I've never watched it.
Robert Kurtzman wrote that.
Oh, okay.
So he's written the TV show.
And that was what, 2016?
Yeah,
It lasted for a couple of
2014 to
seasons?
2016. Yeah, a couple of seasons. He's done nothing else since.
What?
Or
writer,
before or
story-wise?
since, basically. He's just done, writing-wise, he's just
Right.
done From Dusk Till Dawn. This movie and the TV series.
Because the premise of this movie is so good.
So
the reason
good.
I haven't watched the TV series because I love this film so much. It's so like the same reason I haven't watched the sequels that we're going to get onto is because this one is such
I didn't know the sequels
a gem of a
existed.
film. No, they're straight to video. Straight
Yeah,
to
I mean, it's not. I probably wouldn't have sought them out anyway.
No.
I think. Yeah, the twist was so groundbreaking when you watched it for the first time, because I genuinely watched it going, "Oh, that's a Tarantino movie I didn't know existed," kind of thing. Like
yeah.
the Tarantino. I was like, "Oh, but it is a Tarantino movie, but it's not." And
he's in it.
and he's in it, which is weird. So, yeah, and he's not awful in it. I mean, he's not
awful.
He's not brilliant, but he's not awful.
He was nominated for Worst Actor at the Razzies, so he might even won
He
it.
probably doesn't deserve that.
I don't. No, I think he plays because he plays the creepy brother Richard.
Yeah, which
and
suits him quite well, doesn't it?
he's a creepy man.
He's
Let's
quite
be
creepy,
honest.
isn't he? Yeah.
He's geeky and creepy, and this character is him to a T, like a psychotic, creepy killer,
Yeah.
which he is. And then on this flip side, you've got Clooney, who oozes like coolness. Like, I don't think Clooney's ever been better in any film I've ever watched him in. From this, I think he is superb.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
that might Out of Sight is the closest thing, but I think he channels a little bit of Seth in Out of Sight.
Yeah,
Just
I think you could be right there.
that coolness.
I remember really, really wanting the tattoo, like so bad.
the neck one.
Yeah, from your neck to like down to your wrist, kind of thing. I wanted that so bad. I really did.
That's so good. That's so sad.
I know, right? Can you
What stopped
imagine
you?
if I'd had that now? I was like, what stopped me? Probably a massive fear of pain, I should think. I only have one tattoo and I didn't enjoy it, so I'm not having another one.
I still haven't been brave enough to get one. And I've always dreamed of getting a geeky one, but that'd be very specific. Like specific. If I go, can I have the tattoo from George Clooney from Dusk Till Dawn, please?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it now, obviously, because I'm not going to be like a fat 40-year-old man going, I'll have that that neck tattoo. Cheers. Like, but when I was like 17, I was like, oh, that would be so cool. And I wasn't very cool, let's be honest.
I've never been cool.
Yeah, I think
you'd be cool.
I was cool for about 8 minutes in about 2002, and that was it.
Oh, was that your time?
That was my time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that fizzled out very quickly.
It's gone. The genre twist. We should probably explain. Like, if you haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn, guys, before we completely ruin.
Yeah, spoilers.
If you haven't ruined it already, go watch it.
Yes.
And try and not sit there and wait for the genre twist change.
Well, you're going to now because we've told you about it.
And you've probably listened to the trailer.
Yeah.
And it completely gives it away. But it goes from this gangster heist film to a fucking gory vampire horror film.
Yeah.
It literally
the flick of a switch. And if you don't know it's coming, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's bananas.
How has Danny Trejo just turned into a vampire? What the hell?
For a minute, you just like, what's going on? What's going on? Danny Trejo, who's apparently the only man who's in all three of these films.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
But he might be in all three films, but Cheech Marin is in this 3 times as 3 different characters.
They don't even give him different prosthetics.
They don't at all. He just looks exactly the same.
Exactly, it's just cheap.
So he's a border guard at the start. Then he's the guy out the front of the titty twister that Seth beats up. Yeah. And then he's like Seth's mate at the end who comes to like rescue them. Like,
who's meant to meet them dawn.
Yeah.
Picked the venue, but he's never been there before.
Amazing. It's amazing.
I love it. Actually, so many people from the Rodriguez films are in there. Like, the band are from Desperado.
Are they?
Yeah, the lead singer, he's one of the bad guys in Desperado.
Salma Hayek. She's in...
Salma Hayek, who... Okay, we have to talk about the dance very quickly and try not to turn completely pervy about it.
Yeah, sorry. That's not going to happen. I'm full on pervy about it, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
She's afraid of snakes.
I mean, that's incredible. If she's afraid of snakes... She dances with a very large snake.
And the other fact is that they didn't practice the dance. Rodriguez just said, just go with the music. So she's making all of that up pretty much.
She does she's got very well.
She is.
She is so good. Like, that's just incredible. Like, imagine that you're afraid of snakes. You've got a massive snake dangling around you and you've got to do a sexy dance that you've never practiced on camera.
Yeah. No.
She's amazing.
And weirdly, I don't know about you, but I remembered back she was a lot more in this film, but really she's only on screen for like
she's hardly
10
in
minutes.
It. Like, she's hardly in it. She makes
such an impact, obviously.
She's in it for like
it's the dance.
Yeah, for the dance bit, and then she basically turns into a snake-headed vampire.
And if he CGI, would you say?
Well, yeah.
But that hasn't aged brilliantly?
Not brilliantly, no. No, in fact, rather badly. But, it's an old movie, so you got to give it some...
But prosthetics when they're on is good.
Yeah.
It's just the change when she goes from looks like a snake to a person snake to the vampire.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's weird. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It is weird, but a lot holds up in this film. How do you feel about the giant rat thing now, that sex machine?
I mean, I really like it. I think it's just me.
It's so weird.
I really like Sex Machine. I think that the fact he's called Sex Machine and he has like a penis gun, like
penis gun, you love that.
A gun strapped to his crotch that like pops out and has like 2. I don't know how they work at all, but like 2 little rounds of bullets.
The guy he's friends with it, he's not aiming at him. The gun's pointing up, but the guy's like, okay, you can take my bit.
Yeah. It's
he's great. The little characters are great because the other guy is his name Frost?
Frost. Yeah,
Vietnam.
The Vietnam vet guy. When the 2 of them change, I love it. I mean, it's brilliant. And I know the Sex Machine turning into a rat thing is fucking weird.
I will still never understand.
It's weird. I don't understand it either myself, but I do watch it going, That's really cool.
It's great stuff. Great stuff.
I like
the prosthetics are really good, and you can kind of tell it's the same person that did like those Evil Dead films.
Yeah, and I guess like the rat thing, a rat, you know, a bat is basically a rat with wings, isn't it? Like maybe that's kind of what he was changing into, was a bat thing. I don't know.
I guess so.
Yeah, but hey, there we are.
Which hour of the movie do you like the best?
Oh, I think it's got to be the second half. I mean, they're both great, but I think it is the second half because it's just so full on, and you don't get a chance to blink. You know,
it just goes.
It just goes. And this is not a long movie. It's like an hour and 45.
Yeah,
and it's like the first hour is all kind of exposition, essentially, isn't it? And then it's 45 minutes of like whoa, 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 whoa.
It's really good writing and really good character building, especially for the brothers.
Yeah, definitely.
And Harvey Keitel's ex-priest and kids, and you find out about the mother's just died, and they're on a holiday.
She's left them, hasn't she?
Oh, did she leave?
Oh no, she died in the car crash. She died in the car crash.
Yes, she definitely died.
Yeah, sorry. I was reading a book to my son, and the mum walks out in the book. Yeah, it's a David Walliams book. It's done in a funny way, but you know.
Okay,
still
sounds
weird.
Hilarious.
No, yeah, the mum dies in the car crash because he said Harvey Keitel says about it, doesn't he?
When he's having a chat with the George Clooney character.
Yeah.
Which Clooney does the hardest thing, which is makes a bad guy likeable.
He does. Like Seth is quite likeable for someone who's busted out of prison. Whereas Richie, Quentin Tarantino's character, is completely unlikable. And I think they have to do that because they basically kill him first, right? And they had to because he's horribly creepy, and you couldn't.
But there's that horrible scene with the bank teller, isn't there?
Yeah, that's not nice.
He's so blasé about it.
Yeah, and there's also the bit like where him and Seth and Kate are all in the bathroom of the RV together, and you know and Seth ends up knocking him out essentially because he's so creepy. Like, yeah, I think if it hadn't gone vampire-y, then I think Seth would have ended up killing Richie because he's just so too far gone.
Too far gone.
He's basically a paranoid schizophrenic, isn't he? And with he's very psychopathic tendencies.
Yes, because they got this scene in the shop.
Yeah,
he's like, I heard him ask for help, but he just shot him straight in the head and set him alight.
Yeah,
and that's all a great scene.
That is a great scene. Yeah, you're right.
It's great. It's a really good beginning, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful film. I think it's just really good, and it's definitely got a cult following now.
We got a bunch of fucking vampires out there trying to get in here and suck our fucking blood. And that's it, plain and simple. And I don't want to hear anything about I don't believe in vampires. Because I don't fucking believe in vampires. What I believe in my own two eyes, and what I saw is fucking vampires. Now, do we all agree that what we are dealing with is vampires?
Yes.
You too, preacher?
I don't believe in vampires, but I believe in what I saw.
Good for you. All right, now that we all agree that we're dealing with vampires, what do we know about vampires? Crosses hurt vampires. Do we have a cross?
In the motorhome.
In other words, no.
Wait a second. I mean, just look around. We got crosses all over the place. All you gotta do is put two sticks together. You got a cross.
Yeah, he's right. Peter Cushing does that all the time.
Okay, I'll buy that. So we got crosses covered. What else?
Wooden stakes in the heart been working pretty good so far.
And garlic. Sunlight. Holy water. I'm not sure. Doesn't silver have something to do with vampires?
That's werewolves.
I know silver bullets are werewolves, but I'm sure silver has something to do with vampires.
Well, does anybody have any silver? Okay, then who cares?
What's your favourite scene?
Well, other than Salma Hayek's dance.
We've seen her in real life, guys.
Yeah,
she has aged, and amazing. Like, Instagram the other day, she looked incredible.
Yeah.
That woman is a goddess, and we don't deserve her in anything.
And I mean, and we can say this because Dave got up very close and personal. He basically bumped into her. Like, she was inches
in a nice
away.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. Who would have thought she would have been there?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Who'd have thought you'd bumble out of the toilets at a screening and straight into Salma Hayek, eh?
I literally gurgled. I couldn't.
Amazing.
There's moments like that you think, I want to be cool and maybe ask for a picture or an autograph kind of thing. And I think I just gurgle.
Oh, buddy. Oh.
Never get that chance again.
Oh, never mind. Never
anyway,
mind.
Your favourite part?
Yeah, so my favourite part, I think, is the bit where they go full on A-Team and they kind of tool up.
The tooling up
sequence.
Where yes, mine too.
They make all their bits and their super soakers with holy water in and the condoms filled with holy water and George Clooney's steak, pneumatic drill thing.
Oh, it's so good. And the music's so good when they go with it. And
it is.
It's so highly quotable. And someone's used it in a song. You remember that song? You Be Cool.
Yeah,
They sampled it.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be the end of this episode if I can find it.
I remember the song. I can remember that bit, but I can't remember what the song is.
Can't remember who sings it, but
No.
I will find it. But there's some other quotes like the one that says, "Welcome to slavery." Oh, you heard it in the trailer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, thanks. I've already had a wife." And okay, this isn't the same universe as Pulp Fiction because they're eating big kahuna burgers. So does that mean this is like a View Askew universe? Like the Pulp Fiction universe?
Pulp Fiction universe, yeah.
Because I think they all use the same cigarettes.
That's a very Tarantino thing, isn't it? Let's make sure they all happen in the same universe.
And George Clooney also says, "Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling."
Does he?
Which, yeah.
I missed that bit.
Crazy, isn't it? Which is the same quote from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's good. A 96, good year, Rich.
Oh, 96 was a great year. I think, everyone has that year. Like, you're in your mid-teens, music is amazing, movies are amazing. You're kind of at that point where you're old enough to do stuff, but you're not old enough to have to work all the time.
Yeah. Mine was 99, so yours was
96 for me. So I was like 15. Yeah, 96 into 97, I'd say. The music was great. Euro 96 was awesome. Like,
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Like, it was just a great year. And then 97, there was all that kind of like New Labour stuff in 97, and it's cool to be British and stuff, all that cool Britannia thing. And everyone felt like, all felt like kind of positive and, yeah, the opposite of now, basically, where it's all like the world is fucked.
Yes. And film was just awesome in 96. It was a good year. Before we go into the year of 96,
okay.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about the budget and see how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Don't think it made much money, did it?
It was released on the 19th of January, so an early release.
Okay.
In January, Rich.
It's probably why I didn't see it, to be honest.
It was dumps.
Yeah.
It was dumps.
Yeah, it was.
So, famously, guys, January is the month where people are not quite sure when to put out films, so...
Yeah,
August or January. It seems to be one of the two.
Yeah.
So probably no one ever saw it. Budget was $19 million, which isn't...
It's not nothing.
Massive.
But it's not massive.
But they got a lot out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Worldwide, it made just under 26 million.
Yeah. That's not surprising, to be honest. I don't think many people watched this movie at the cinema, did they?
No, it was the 68th highest grossing movie of 1996. It is a reason why. Yeah, but it is a cult.
It's a cult movie.
Cult films.
Yeah, it's a cult movie. It was confusing because it was Tarantino, but not Tarantino. And yeah, I think
also marketing in this bad boy. I bet the marketers were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I bet they were. Yeah, I bet they were. And it's an 18 as well, so you can't mass market it. It's... Yeah.
I think the marketers would have had a horrible job because, like, do we give away that second half? Do we try and sell that? Or do we keep that secret and let that be the big hoo-ha? Like, if that was today and there was the internet, I mean, spoilers would have come out straight away. But there'd be loads of people saying, just go in knowing nothing. Don't watch the trailers.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those films backs your course of thinking, which is don't watch the trailers and try and ignore everything about it, which is very much...
I don't think it was marketed very hard, was it? That's the thing. So,
well, I can't remember. I was 10, Rich.
Well, yeah, okay. I don't think it was marketed very hard because I can sort of remember, and I don't remember anything about it at all at the time.
I remember other films like that. I remember Trainspot. I remember the big deal about Trainspot.
Yeah, Trainspotting was marketed to hell, wasn't it? But yeah, I don't remember this being marketed at all, really.
Do you want to know the top 10 of that year, and then we'll...
Yeah, go on then. What's the top 10 of 96?
96. So the number 10 is The First Wives Club.
Okay, that's
that
all right.
Made just over 105 million, 106 million. Really.
Decent. Yeah.
9, the live-action version of 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
With Greg...
I can see why that made a lot of money.
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah,
Daniels.
yeah.
Greg Daniels is the maker of the US office. And number 8, A Time to Kill, which I think is the McConaughey, Samuel Jackson. Can you quickly Google that? If I'm right, the court drama.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock. Yeah, courtroom drama-y type thing.
I mean, that made good money then for that. Number 7, The Birdcage, which is a really funny.
That's a really good movie. That's a
Robin
very
Williams,
underrated
Nathan Lane
movie.
Is so good in that film.
Yeah, it's very good.
A bit of ahead of its time as well, I think. Number 6, Ransom, Mel Gibson.
Great movie. I really like that. I definitely saw that in the cinema. Ransom.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. 100% remember that. I think it was my stepmom's favourite film for a long time. She really liked Mel Gibson.
I think every mum likes Mel Gibson at that
so.
age.
Yeah.
Number 5, The Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
Did you guys see that in cinema?
No, maybe.
Good.
I might have, but I don't think I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I don't like The Nutty Professor.
This was around the kind of cinematic awakening kind of time, I think, as well.
So the Eddie Murphy playing every character.
Yeah, well, I think it might have been interesting, but I'm not sure I liked the humour very much.
No. Top 4 is 4 brilliant films in my eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
So The Rock at number 4.
Great movie.
Which is Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Michael Bay.
Absolutely, 100% saw that in the cinema.
It's practically a perfect action film.
Michael Bay's best movie, I would say.
Yes, I would absolutely agree with you. It's brilliant. Number 3, also a film you saw in the cinema because I know about it, is Mission Impossible.
Yes, didn't like it. Really didn't like it. But now I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely.
Number 2, again, another film I know you don't like, is Twister.
Yes, again, I did. I'm pretty sure I saw it in the cinema, but no, I didn't like it. I wasn't very keen.
Great film.
I'm not a disaster movie kind of guy. That's the thing. I don't know why.
You should be. They're great at best. Yeah. I remember seeing the cinema. I remember the cow flying across, and I remember the cow going for a wee in the middle of it. And I can't wait for the sequel that's going to be called Twisters.
Yeah,
I love it when they add an S to the end.
Call it the Titty Twister.
Number 1 is Independence Day.
Of course. Yeah.
Which, weirdly, I didn't see in cinema.
Oh, I did. I definitely did. Yeah.
It's out by quite a far distance of the highest grossing movie. I think I was in hospital when it came out or something.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
So I completely missed it, but I remember watching it on VHS and absolutely loving Independence Day.
I remember watching Will Smith punch an alien in the face and being like, this is my kind of movie. Which is weird because it's a Roland Emmerich movie who is a disaster movie guy that I don't massively like disaster movies. But anyway.
Some other big films coming out that year: Space Jam, Broken Arrow, Jerry Maguire.
Broken Arrow was so good.
People
again,
sit on
another
Broken
one
Arrow.
I saw in the cinema and really enjoyed. Broken Arrow.
I remember the music of Broken Arrow. It's got a really good music, like soundtrack. There's a do-do-do-do, like, and John Travolta again, just having the best time as a bad guy. The Cable Guy at number 19, which
I remember that
was a huge box office disaster apparently, but it's still number 19.
It was weird because I remember watching it and being like, I thought this was going to be a comedy, and it's not really a comedy.
No.
So again, I remember that.
It's got some funny parts, but
yeah,
it's a dark comedy.
I remember really enjoying it actually. And again, that being part of the whole cinematic awakening of kind of like feeling like, actually, this is a grown-ups movie. I'm enjoying this kind of, Do you
remember the film called The Ghost in the Darkness?
No.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't
It's
remember.
the Val Kilmer, Michael Douglas hunting a giant lion in Africa.
Oh, no, I definitely don't remember that.
Really good.
Okay.
Go check that out if no one's listening. Heat.
Heat.
Was 96.
I saw Heat in the cinema. There you go.
I think that was 95. That might have been a rollover. We'll find out.
I definitely saw that in the cinema. But yeah, I think
Keep
it was
going down.
95.
Striptease at number 48. Did you see that in the cinema?
No, I didn't. No.
Shame.
So I was. The thing is, I could get away with watching sort of 15 level movies when I was kind of 14,
right?
Because I was 6'6", and I could occasionally get away with 18s. I wouldn't have been confident enough to go and watch striptease though.
What about Mars Attacks?
Mars Attacks.
That's great.
I loved. I had a Mars Attacks T-shirt that I wore until I was about 25. I loved Mars Attacks.
The biggest surprise in '96 is the number 12, and it's a film called Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. The
Phenomenon.
The
John
Travolta one. Yeah.
Weird. Miracle, whatever.
Yeah,
he's
like an angel thing, wasn't he?
Well, don't get that confused with his other angel film called Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do the games of trying to guess the scores.
Okay.
IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Just remember, everyone are idiots.
Yes.
And we're all have our preferable opinions about movies.
Okay.
So let's do IMDb first. So out of 10, and there's been 327,000 votes. What they do on the IMDb rating.
Okay.
Out of 10, what do you fancy?
Now, I'm hoping that the people that use IMDb are people that really like movies.
I would really like me.
So I'm hoping that's a relatively high score. I'm gonna go with 8. A solid 8 out of 10. 8.0 out of 10.
Well, if it was me and you, I'll agree it's an 8 point, but it's not. Everyone else says a 7.2.
That's too low. That's far too
We've
low.
had lower.
Yeah, but that's too low.
I don't know.
It's better than 7.2.
I don't know what people want from these films. Rotten Tomato, thank you, sequelizers.
Yeah, you can't do this for plagiarism because we said thank you.
We say thank you, and it's slightly different because we play more of a play your cards right kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think
sort of.
They're playing against each other. We don't do that.
No, that's true. No, because there's not enough of us.
Exactly. Okay. 51 reviews, critic reviews.
Yeah. So these wouldn't be contemporary reviews. These would be reviews that have come out since it was released.
Yes, there are some from
retrospective reviews, probably.
I guess so. I guess some people go back and fill back things in from big sites, maybe.
Okay. Right. So, and obviously we should say Rotten Tomatoes is the percentage of critics who gave it a positive review, which is more than 3 out of 5 or 6 out of 10.
Right, okay.
And I can't imagine anyone not giving this at least 3 out of 5. Like, who is not giving this 3 out of 5? So I've got to go quite high. And I've got to say, bearing it, IMDb was a bit lower than I thought it would be. I'm going to go with like 77%.
Yeah, there's like no way this can be below 70. Yeah, they did find a way. It's 63%.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Someone has commented here. What an impeccable, bizarre, frequently ugly, intermittent, nonsensical, confused experiment of a movie. Mike Massey from something called Gone with the Twins, which is absolutely mental.
Sorry, dude, but you don't know what movie you were watching.
Yeah, but then there's another positive one saying this is the Reservoir Dogs with a twist of near dark set to the tune of Assault on Precinct 13.
Absolutely.
And that's very true.
Yeah.
And there is the son who gets killed is wearing a Precinct 13 t-shirt throughout this film.
Yes.
So I think there's definitely a nod to that.
Yeah.
Okay, audience.
Okay, now I am hoping that I'm a man of the people and the audience score will be higher than the critic score. And I'm sticking in the 70s, but I'm going to say 75.
Oh, 76.
Oh!
You know what? I'm glad it's higher.
I'm quite glad it's higher
but I'm
too,
surprised
but it should be
higher.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not higher than that, to be honest. And again, I guess it's with a contemporary lens. People are watching it with a contemporary lens and being like, oh, the effects are a bit rubbish. But actually, if you'd watched it in 96, you would have been blown away. Yeah.
I watched it again, and I've been waiting a long time to watch From Dusk Till Dawn. I've watched parts throughout. Like, if it's on TV, you watch bits, and every time you think, no, I want to watch the whole of this. I want to start from the beginning, because it's a film that's so good when you appreciate that, watching the whole of it from start to end.
My favourite thing is to find people that have never seen it before.
Yes.
And then get them to watch it and watch them while they're watching it. So I'm like, it's coming.
Do you tell them they're watching a heist gangster film first?
No, I don't tell them anything.
Cheeky.
I tell them it's the Lost Tarantino movie. It's the should be in the Tarantino verse, but isn't.
Well, it kind of is. They're eating big kahuna burgers.
True. They are, yeah. That is true.
I think this is a fantastic film. I really rate it. In the grand plan of Dave's top 100 films.
Yeah.
This might slip in there.
Nice.
Not because Dave's top 100 films is films that mean things to Dave. And I'm just fully aware I've just talked to myself in the third person there, okay? And I think From Dusk Till Dawn will enter that just for the sheer madness of that twist in the middle and it blowing my little mind. And just having such a good time and rewatching, I was like, oh my God, Clooney has never been better. He's so cool in this. I don't know what happened. Out of Sight's a great film, but the year after this, he did Batman and Robin. So this is when he was hot, Rich.
Yeah, true.
This is the hottest George Clooney there is.
Yeah, this is.
And Tarantino Rodriguez was still cultish, still independent at this point before, well, definitely Tarantino turned mainstream kind of thing and a big name.
Yeah, that was sort of Kill Bill time, I reckon, right?
Kill Bill, that was what, 2002, 2003?
Yeah, that's when he kind of that was when he got mainstream, I reckon. About the time he was kind of, stopped being that kind of indie auteur and kind of became part of the Hollywood elite.
Yes. So if we haven't ruined this film and you're intrigued to see the genre change, go check it out. I can't recommend it highly enough. I think we've started really positively on this box set. And as ever with these things, I'm worried and concerned about what's about to follow. Because famously, the next two are straight to video DVD. I mean, came out without a mention and they've got Tarantino, Rodriguez and Kurtzman all in as producers, but I don't think they're proper producers. I think they're just there to try and sell the film. Is it you that told me earlier that Bruce Campbell's in the second one?
Yes. Yeah, Bruce Campbell.
I mean, that's enough to make me watch anything. It's in Bruce Campbell's name in it.
Yeah. He's got about a 30% hit rate though, isn't he? 30% absolute quality, 70% big old pile of toilet.
Yes.
So
we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm nervous but excited at the same point. I'm always excited to watch new films, to be honest. But we'll check out next time. So watch along with us, you A-slicers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Slicerinos. These are all on Now TV/Sky TV. If you pay for that, luckily they're all on there. Unless they take them off, I'd be fucking furious if they do, to be honest. So tell us what you think from Dusk Till Dawn. Tell us your memories. We imagine that a lot of people have watched this by now, especially our audience seems to be people of our age. So hopefully you've seen it and enjoyed it. Let us know what you think and then watch along. And we'll do one a month for the next 3 months, this and then 2, and then we'll pick another box set which may or may not be Twilight.
Yeah, we'll see.
Any final thoughts, Rich?
No, other than if you haven't seen this film or we haven't ruined it too much for you, go and watch it because it's good.
It's really good. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna, before I say bye, I'm gonna let you know there's gonna be some music playing now. Hopefully it's gonna be that song that sampled the George Clooney quote. So it's a bye-bye from me. Bye-bye. I nearly forgot to say bye-bye. And it is a bye-bye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one. Sequel to this one. Thank you for listening and subscribing. You are brilliant, wonderful people. Thank you. And thank you for listening to that episode of Unequal Sequel. If you enjoyed what you heard, that is from our Another Slice subscription service. It's like Patreon, basically. You pay £2.99 a month and we give bonus episodes to you. You get 2 bonus episodes a month, and plus you get a sequel to all our interview episodes from season 4 onwards, I believe. They're getting bigger and bigger and better, so they're definitely worth listening to. If you are interested, go type in your little computer anotherslice.com/unequal sequel and you'll find how to subscribe and sign up there. We think it's worth it. If you love our podcast, if you're looking for ways to support independent podcasts, This is the way. It lets us grow and buy better equipment and stuff like that. You might be wondering, why is he waffling on so much? It's because of copyright reasons that I have to talk over the music like this, I believe. Thank you everyone for listening. Hopefully we will be back next week with a fresh episode of Unequal Sequel Extra. Rich will be back, I will be back, and we will talk something about sequel goodness. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Bye-bye.
You think if I want you mean old bastard, I want a fucking room.
Yo, your best better get a hell of a lot fucking better, or you are gonna feel a hell of a lot fucking worse.